Ay, I'm who every nigga wife here, big thigh nightmare. I'm the boogie bitch, oh I'm every nigga tight, yeah. Jury so cold, babies broke, bitches goosebumps. White ghosts rolling through the hood, look like blue clubs. Say my name like Candy Mane and bitch, you know I'm there. These hoes wish they saw me when they looking in the mirror. Red bottoms on my feet, Bloody Mary on my toes. Every time I pop out, he get scared for you hoes. Yeah, he get scared for you hoes. Every time I pop out, he get scared for you hoes. Red bottom on my feet, Bloody Mary on my toes. Every time I pop out, he get scared for you hoes. I put niggas on their knees, I put bitches on their feet. Only time I put is bitches when I'm pressing on my keys. 600 on my chain, yes K, yes G's. Looking for a bitch to play with, then you better ask G's. I know goons, I know God can shoot, and then goddamn ass out here. Nigga who wanna pride, I'm a dog ass bitch.
Oh my God. Jesus. Thumbs up, everybody.
Where the niggas at? Trying to turn this into something. Like
thumbs up, y'all.
Yeah, he gets scared for you hoes. Every time I pop out, he gets scared for you hoes. Red bottom on my feet, Bloody Mary on my toes. Every time I pop out, he gets scared for you hoes. She creeping on a lame ass nigga on my monster damn shit.
Y'all run them lights up.
He talking on my name and we gon' dig it grave with you. Zombie ass bitch nigga gave me brain for dinner. I work it then I got it. They make you looking haunted. Got market fishing stockings. Like bitches cooking goblins. This ain't no trick or treat. But your nigga trick on me if it ain't more than 1,000. I won't put it on my feet. When I pop out, it gets scary like a cemetery. I'm fresh to death. I need a hearse when I go shopping, baby. Because I'm God, yeah. Texas chainsaw in the woods. Shout out making no hide. Yeah, I be the hottest topic. Yeah, he gets scared for you hoes. Every time I pop out, he gets scared for you hoes. Red bottom on my feet, Bloody Mary on my toes. Every time I pop out, he gets scared for you hoes.
I think we need one more Megan encore. One more Megan encore. Run them likes up, run them likes up, run them likes up. One more Megan encore. One of my fave Meg tracks, y'all. One of my fave Meg tracks. Y'all make sure to run the likes up. Hit the likes up. We got quite a lot to get into, child. All right, run the likes up. Share the stream. Twitter, MySpace, Station Head, the whole nine. Let them whores know what's going.
And if the beat live, you know you too. Maybe big ass chain on my neck so these niggas gon' rich. And I don't need shit to dig. Big ass stack in this purse so these niggas gon' work. And I'm holding this back in my brain. Niggas gotta hold that L trying to come for my pen. I'm really finna make another M. Now tell me how the fuck I'm in the wrong. If I don't want the nigga and he still ain't fucking with the bitch. I be working. I make moves in silence. Hoes might never like me and I'm fine with it. Nasty. I'm a real nigga fantasy. I'll drop dead for a broke nigga handle me. Do say, this bitch energy. Y'all little hoes still drinking that Hennessy. Messy. And I'm sick of y'all trying it. Bitch got seats, but ain't never finna buy shit. Sorry, hoes hate me cause I'm the it girl. I ain't never asked to be the shit girl. Don't call me sis cause I'm not your sister. You really need to come and get your mister. Seeing all my ops linked up in a picture. Everybody look busted, injured. Like my page, bitch probably want a scissor. I'll in her mouth like I kissed her. I make moves in silence. Hoes might never like me and I'm fine with it. Nasty. I'm a real nigga fancy. I'll drop dead for a broke nigga handle me. You say, this bitch energy. Y'all little hoes still drinking that Hennessy. And I'm sick of y'all trying it. Bitch got seats, but ain't never finna buy shit.
Oh, stop making me laugh, you guys. Ooh, child. My God. I'm trying to have a serious face.
And I'm the one that put the roof where you sleep in. Homie, I don't need no new homies. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless.
I'm the reason that all my ops ain't homeless. So Megan told you guys that she was going to leave these hoes with a little bit, you know, to live off of. Okay. Y'all, I mean, she's a generous queen, honey. Okay. You know, she's a reasonable queen. All right. She told you guys that.
Hoes might never like me and I'm fine with it. Nasty. I'm a real nigga fantasy. I'll drop dead for a broke nigga handle me. Do say, this bitch energy. Y'all little hoes still drinking that Hennessy. Messy. And I'm sick of y'all trying it. Bitch got seats, but ain't never finna buy shit. Bad bitches running my pack. Gang shit. Cartier Frank spot a bitch on some lame shit. Broke niggas all in my way. Clear them. Chains ain't making no noise. Ain't big enough. Wildin'. On the boat on the island. When I throw it back, bet I make them throw the tile at a nigga. But I don't don't need one. He fucked up, I'ma have my fun. T-Cub, I can put a bitch in my purse. Which one of y'all wanna go first? Spicy.
Milagro.
Like me, I burn shit. Probably how I gotta do with Nike. Beefing, you just mad we speaking. And I'm the one that put the roof where you sleep in. Homie, I don't need no new homies. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. I don't need no new homies. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. No new homies. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless. I'm the reason all of my ops ain't homeless.
Wow. Prophetess Megan, my God, today. What's going on, you guys? We got a lot to get into. Before we do so, please go ahead and run the likes all the way up. You guys know what to do here. The king always comes through with epic commentary, or the tea, or the looks, or the visuals, girl, or the dicks, or the pussy, or the things, girl. I bring it here. All right, run those likes all the way up for the king. Also, make sure that you guys have your notification bell set to all so that you never miss a day or hour when the king is in fact kinging. Also, if you enjoy everything the king does here, you can always donate to the platform at $ Cash App, at $ Cash App, girl, at $ Consciouztv on Cash App, and or paypal.me/Consciouztv. Conscious spelled with the Z on the end, just like it is here on the channel. Last but not least, please share the stream up to wherever it is you have digital community, whether that be a YouTube community wall, your station head, your Snapchat, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you in fact lay the link. Just like them whores know that we're loud, live, and in color. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Conscious Crew? Welcome to the platform. Thank you guys for all of the compliments. Yes, I have on my Meet the Parents hair, girl. You know, I've kind of been feeling her a little bit. I've kind of been feeling real, like, you know, I've been feeling real corporate lately. But I hope you guys don't mind. I need to get into a little bit of a pillow talk first and foremost before we get into the thick of this. First and foremost, yeah, I'm thinking about getting my lips done. I've been using this lip plumper just to test out if I could really live with my lips at a certain size. I really just want my upper lip a little bit more pouty. I could just stick with the plumper, but I like permanent change. I'm a Scorpio girl. We like shit to belong to us, girl. Like a Noah girl. I want it integrated into my actual body. I want it as a body part, bitch. So I've been contemplating that. What you guys think? Because, girl, now that I'm 40, bitch, I'm just going to go ham. I'm going to go ham. I'm going to assimilate to my idealistic self. And my idealistic self, girl, is godlike. Yeah, I'm going for sheer perfection. Yeah, that's how I'm going to be giving it up, girl. Okay? The YouTube Kim Kardashian on this motherfucker. The Black T Sector's Kim Kardashian, girl. Okay, Kevin Kardashian, girl. Secondly, you guys know or don't know, but I'm kind of thrown off a little bit because I just had an unexpected conversation with one of my soulmates. This is the second person I ever fell in love with in my life. I've mentioned our story here throughout the years, but it feels like we just had like a really, like a credit roll conversation. Like the credits rolled, bitch. Like I could literally see the credits on the screen of my pineal gland, of my third eye. I can see the credits roll. We had an unexpected conversation. We shared a lot of affections with each other. And we pretty much accepted that we're not going to be able to be together in this life because he's not courageous enough to be with a man publicly. It would come with too much for him. His self-esteem ain't built like that, baby. So he's had to choose a alternative life, which is he's now married. He has children. You know, he has a church. He's living that whole lifestyle. And we kind of like gave each other you know, we gave each other all of the things, girl. It was like the conversation between two people who want to be together and are madly in love, but know that like in this lifetime, it cannot be. And it was such a affectionate ending. And it feels good. Something about it is kind of sad, but it feels good. He did what he felt could work for him. And we've been in love since we were 16 years old. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting us to have the conversation that we just had, but I want to say that I'm also not surprised we had this conversation because it feels like a lot of the life that I had has come to an end. Like I've ended a lot of relationships. I've ended a lot of friendships. So many things in my life are coming to an end because so many things are being given birth to. But this is officially like the ending of an entire chapter of my life. There are people that are behind me now. There are things that are behind me now. And it feels powerful. It feels liberating. Once upon a time, I was scared for this kind of change. Because, you know, when you don't have a reference for what's to come, sometimes it gives you anxiety because it's a place you've never been before. I've stuck to the patterns of my life. I've stuck to what's familiar. And I've let all that go and given it all to God, including everything that's in my heart, including that person. So it's just interesting how at the end of the year, we're under a retrograde. And this is like the tail end of a lot of powerful changes I've made to my life. Something epic is about to take place, you guys. Something very epic in the Consciouztv reality. Something very epic in the Consciouztv universe. Something very transcendent is about to take place. Yeah. Phoenix rising. Phoenix has risen. Phoenix is rising. I can feel her. I can feel it, baby. I can feel the becoming of it all. It is a very, very powerful, it's like a tangible power. It's psychic, it's intuitive, it's holy, it's transformative, it is powerful. And for the first time in my life, I am not afraid. I'm going boldly. Yeah. I'm making my pilgrimage through the valley of the shadow of death, and I don't have any fear. For I know that the divine rod of the Creator is with me and upon me. I'm here for this. I can't believe that we're here. But we're here. It's something unbelievable about it. It's shocking. It's appalling. And it's liberating all at the same time. It's incredible. It's incredible. Now, let's get into, girl, the mess, bitch. It is a lot going on, you guys. And wow, what a powerful, powerful, powerful day. And some of you guys are so weak. Oh, my God. Some of you guys are just throwing in the towel. Oh, it's 59K. Oh, is it really a win? Oh, shut up. I'm going to break it all down to you. Okay? Let's get into the breaking news of it all, girl. Megan Thee Stallion won across the motherfucking board, girl. It was a landslide, girl. Now, here's the gag. Based upon the observation of some of the people who attended the trial, from Barnyard Wiggins to Pam, the Law Esquire girl, a lot of people didn't really know how to call it. A lot of people were a little bit confused. A lot of people didn't really understand some of the direction that Meg's team was going in. It was just kind of a really ambiguous situation at hand. And when I had time to get into the minutia, as my boy YB Entertainment would say, make sure you guys subscribe to him on YouTube, I was like, yeah, girl, it is very ambiguous. I don't know how to call it either, because I felt like Meg's team fought harder for her during the paperwork party over this past year and a half than they did when it came to lights, camera, and motherfucking action. So I was concerned for Meg. I didn't know exactly what was stick. We knew for sure that the deep fake situation was hands down going to be something that Milagro was not going to be able to undo. The judge kind of alluded to that earlier on in the filing, when the judge said, girl, yeah, you're going to have to see her about that deep fake, bitch. And you guys know, Florida, they ain't for the deep fake, they ain't for the cyber of it all, girl. So we knew Meg would walk away with that win, but the defamation and all the rest of the things, girl, it was like, oh, girl, because the whole conversation around Milagro being a media defendant or not, or just being a raggedy bitch with a microphone, you know, like we had to distinguish those things. And I didn't know if those jurors, you know, really understood what that really means and understood the logistics and the difference between a blogger and a journalist, and whether Milagro was considered that, even though she's in hold on, let me not look at the chat. Whether they could differentiate between all of these things, girl. And it looks like there's still some questioning on that side of the fence, and we're going to get into that as well, okay? So we're going to go get into the ins and outs, but right now let's roll over to Miss Jasmine Brand, because, girl, I am shooketh, girl. I'm shooketh, baby. All right? Megan Thee Stallion, the Teflon Don of the motherfucking courtroom, girl, has won her defamation cyber stalking civil suit against failed blogger Milagro motherfucking Scams. I thought the countersuit, girl, was going to go crazy. Does anybody else think the countersuit is still going to go crazy? She forgot to say that the verdict for Meg was going to go crazy. Has the countersuit entered the chat with us, girl? Is the countersuit in the room with us, anyone? Can anyone see the countersuit that was supposed to go crazy? Does anybody have binoculars? I know some of y'all are in the nosebleeds. Can anybody pull out their good binoculars, girl? Can anybody scourge the room to see where the countersuit is that was supposed to go crazy? We thought the countersuit was going to go crazy, girl. No, baby, the only thing that went crazy was this verdict against you, Miss Mamas. My God, today. Oh, okay, Ray, the countersuit isn't here. Okay, oh, it's hiding. Oh, okay. Okay. We might have to quiet down. We might be too rowdy of a crew, y'all, for the countersuit, girl. The countersuit is in a corner somewhere, shaking and shivering, girl, not sure of itself. So we may have to quiet down for the countersuit to enter the group chat, because it was supposed to enter the group chat and it was supposed to go absolutely loony. Oh, yes, it was. The Jackson brand says, girl, Megan Thee Stallion has another court win under her motherfucking belt, baby. This woman cannot be touched, girl. I mean, this woman is undefeated, girl. This is a heavyweight champ. A Florida jury ruled in Megan Thee Stallion's favor on Monday, which is today, determining that blogger Milagro Gramz defamed and harassed her in the aftermath of the 2020 outing carried out by bald-head ass Tory Lanez. The federal judge concluded that Gramz, whose legal name is Milagro Upa, was liable in Megan's suit and awarded the rapper-born Megan Pete $75,000 big dollars that Milagro Gramz definitely don't got. The bitch is literally $10,000 in credit card debt. She done maxed out all her my vanillas, girl. She done took out several payday loans and title loans, girl. Before you know it, bitch, y'all gonna see the OF Milagro Cooper content come up, girl, it's time to throw some ass, baby. Okay? As the last ditch effort, honey, to pay and run Miss Megan Thee Stallion her coinage, baby. Okay? Remember when Scams was out here, girl, trying to differentiate herself from Trasha Coochie K? Oh my God. Now they're twinning, girl. Two dumbass double mint twinning idiots. My God. Today. The woman that Milagro said she was nothing like. The woman that Trasha K said she was nothing like are now both down in history for getting their asses whipped grossly in the court of law. I mean, girl, did you even paint the bitch, Milagro? Did you even paint your girl? I mean, girl, we at least thought you was going to walk away at least with one victory. You know, that at some point account at some point, account, girl, you know, was going to be in your favor, girl. No, she washed and rinsed you, Miss Mamas. Girl, you didn't even paint this lady in court. I don't understand. Shout out to Ill Will. Home for Millie has to pay Megan $200. Oh, we're going to get to that, girl. Yeah, I'm going to make you guys feel real good, girl. This is going to go beyond 75K, child. Okay? Those are the facts, girl. There's going to be some post-convictions taking place, girl. The case is not done. Also, shout out to my baby mother, Sharina, for the ODST piece of child support check. Thank you, baby mother. You guys know all donation information is in the description box below. Okay? Jurors also decided that Gramz intentionally pushed an audience on X and Instagram to engage with a actually explicit deepfake of Megan that had been circulating online, further contributing to the harassment that she faced. And you guys know, I always love to play this beautiful bean footage. So we're going to let you guys play her intentionally. I want to let you guys hear her intentionally promoting the deepfake, which was the biggest count here, okay? This was the most expensive count out of all the counts, girl. This was more expensive than the defamation. This was more expensive than the intentional infliction. This came with a $50K bag on its head alone. That was the fine for her promoting this deep fake AI video. Listen to this.
You know what? I'm not even going to do that. We have multiple mob PIs. I'm going to let Nigga Girl post it. Because y'all not about to put my motherfucking name on this shit. That's what I'm going to do.
And we're going to talk about new media too, girl, because that's a whole gag and a cackle. That's cackle material.
Queen Sleeve said I saw it on Facebook. You did send me a link, didn't you? Well, that's how I'll do it. I'm going to drop that link.
Ooh.
And whoever gets a hold of it after that ain't my business.
Ooh. Oh, it became your business, babe. $75,000 plus worth of your business, girl, which is going to escalate into the hundreds of thousands, if not potentially the millions. Mm-hmm. Oh, it became your business, girl. A whole 7-day trial. My God, today she had no idea, girl, how much this was going to be her sole business on December 1st of 2025. Yes, God. Won't he do it and did it? Won't he do it and he did it? Listen to this, y'all.
Watch this.
Watch this. Watch this. Double down in it. My God.
Watch this. Watch how many people about to go look at this shit now.
Oh. Wow. 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 Brag. Double down, girl. Thought it was all a joke. Now she $10,000 in the hole coupled with being $75,000 in the hole. But then once we get the summary judgment from the judge, who is right now still deliberating and calculating and deciding on matters, girl, she could be easily $200,000 in the hole, or millions in the worst case scenario, which Megan Thee Stallion has definitely accrued enough debt to be within the millions. Because between the $240,000 mental health facility she went to and the attorney fees since last year up till now and paying for trial, oh my God, today she could easily end up with a Trasher K verdict. It could get that high because Megan has spent millions at this point. She had to hire a forensics expert to clone Milagro's phone. She had to have a therapist. All these things, girl, easily in the millions. What's going on? Pam, do you want to come up? My phone had died. I thought I had text you. I didn't text you that my phone had died, girl. Girl, we was having a good ass conversation too. I was right in the middle of my damn sentence. And Miss Android went, no ma'am. Hung me right the hell on up. Do you want to come up, Pam? Because I got questions for you, Pam. This link only for Pam, y'all, if Pam wants to come up. This only for Pam right now, child. I got questions for you, Pam. Shout out to Pam, the Law Esquire, girl. All right, so while we waiting on Pam, girl, see if she gonna hit the link or not. Let's go over to Megan Coon, girl, who was giving up the ghost. Oh, before we do that, let's gag Milagro Gramz even more, girl, okay? Because this is why she deserves.
Megan did not get shot.
This is why she deserves everything that she got. Okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about why. Shout out to you. Happy birthday to Charity, you guys. Happy birthday to our Charity. Can we wish our Charity the gift a happy born day, girl? She's 21 and ready to get drunk, child. Light and love to you, boo. Let's gag Milagro one more time, you guys, okay? Because remember, understand, she said she always believed that Meg had got popped. She always believed that Meg had been injured. I think not. Pam, well, I need to call you. Can you talk on speakerphone? I need to call you by phone because I got some questions that I need answered. Huh? Tell me you driving, but you got time to talk in the damn chat. I'm driving in the car. My internet is unset. I'm going to call you then. We're going to call Pam in a few minutes, y'all. All right. So she had said she always believed this lady got shot, but then the street committee had went and pressed play, girl, and this is what it gave.
Megan did not get shot.
And now, ooh, but guess who did get a $75,000 plus judgment against them for now that could escalate? Whew, that would be you, baby, and that ain't no myth, bitch. That's all facts. No alleged involved. Okay, we got Pam. Oh, her internet is tore up, y'all. Hold on, it ain't even letting her connect. Pam, it said your device got to connect. Okay, here she is. Hey, Pam.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and all the background. How you doing?
Yeah, we hightailing it up out of Miami.
Well, tell the hubby, the Sagittarius in your life, happy birthday for one.
Say happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now, I didn't know that the Aquarius and Sagittarius link up is what we needed, honey. So that's a whole thing between Sagittarius and Aquarius.
It's a whole situation.
That's a whole situation right there. My God, today, Jesus. So I got some questions for you, Pam. So how do you feel? Because everybody was kind of like chewing me up because I was like, look, I didn't think that Meg's team was doing that good of a job either, even though I wanted them to. But you too kind of felt that way. You were kind of like, girl, I don't know what the hell going on. Like, the case kind of is all over the place. I'm not sure if they're really slam dunking this thing.
Yeah, so I think because we're so engulfed in YouTube, we've seen a lot more than other people. So when we get there, it just felt like they didn't use the best evidence that they could have used. So I think that's why a lot of us were in the hallway like, what about this? What about, some people were, what about this? What about that? And Milagros, the team was fighting with the facts that they had. But you also have to look at a jury has to assess the credibility. So if
Yes.
they felt like the answers that Milagro were given, perhaps they didn't think they were believable, that you're this different person offline or you didn't have these intentions. We really don't know, the mindset, but she was found liable on all three counts. But the media defendant portion of it, of course, makes a little red herring
Right.
because in theory, because she's considered a
Mhm.
media defendant, what that means is they should have given her notice before they sued her. And if you don't give notice, then the court doesn't have jurisdiction and the case can basically get that count can get dropped. So
Right.
when you see the final judgment, it's probably, I believe the judge said she's only putting counts 2 and 3 on there, not the count 1, which is defamation. They're still gonna fight that because the judge can ultimately decide,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go with the jury or I'm gonna go against the jury. So
Hmm.
really, the jury found her liable, but will she actually be liable for
Mm.
defamation at the end is still up in the air.
Hold on for 1 second, but got it. Okay. Wow. So that's going to shave. So if the judge sides with the jury, then that's going to shave off $15,000 of that
Right. Yeah.
75K
Oh, the big money was that deep
with
fake.
the deep fake, right?
And
Okay.
also, deep fake, I believe, potentially can have
Mhm.
attorney fees attached to it in the statute.
Ooh, we okay. So since Megan won, and you were kind of like a little bit confused at times, were you shocked that she got off, or that all three counts got greenlit
I,
against her?
I thought the deep fake was pretty like what
Yeah.
it was. That was the
Mhm.
one I was like, well, I don't know how she's gonna really get up out of that one.
Yeah.
Intentional infliction of emotional distress. I knew she wouldn't get that amount of money because
Hmm.
there was so much going on the internet with Meg that I think you can't. She couldn't totally blame all of her, I guess, emotional distress just on Milagro because she was shot by Tory, which kind
Yeah.
of started the PTSD in the first place. So I think
Hmm.
they were like, we think you're a part of it, but maybe you're not the biggest part of it. So those two didn't really shock me. The defamation, because of what the comments were, we were discussing that on the phone. I
Hmm.
wasn't too sure. Like perjury, to say that she committed perjury, that's the statements. Like
Yeah.
that the three statements that she made on academics, and it was a couple of posts where the word perjury was not used, but it was inferences that she lied
Hmm.
on the stand. And
Ooh.
so those I the way it was worded, I was a little iffy on that one. But that was the only one I was a tad bit shocked on.
Yeah. My God, today. Now, with that being the case, the judge is still deliberating, right? Because I know that you said in your video that there's going to be some post convictions that we're going to see.
So they're going to have post motions where they're going to argue
Mhm.
this media thing a little bit better. Because
Yeah.
what happened is this was argued early on,
Yeah.
but the judge didn't allow it because I guess the record wasn't developed. So now Milagro took the stand and it got revived. And the judge is like, well, now they're reviving it saying that the record is different. So there is information that would suggest she may be a media defendant. So that's when they decided to put it on the jury form. And then, depending on what the jury has to say, whether she's a media defendant or not, then the judge will, I guess, if they do some type of post conviction motions, will also consider it depending on what the jury said. And so, of course, Meg's team already made it clear they plan on filing motions related to it. And they probably will file a motion for some type of attorney fees, I would surmise.
Absolutely. They have to. They have to.
Yeah, I
Now,
think that they will. But again, like I think a lot of this, after a while, I really was feeling like it was a principal case.
yeah.
Sometimes you just have people that even if they got $1, it's like I just want you to know because what was hammered in was that Milagro was making it clear she didn't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So when she did that, I was like, I don't think they're gonna award Meg that much money because she did a great job saying she had the nonprofit that tried to represent her. Then they
Mm-hmm.
took her money or didn't do right by her, and then I think eventually they may have given it to the lawyers. Then a lawyer withdrew, so she was without counsel. Then this attorney came in, and I don't know if he got paid at first, but at some point he's not. He's doing it for free. Then the two ladies that were there, they came in. One came like a week before, and one came 2 weeks before the trial, and they weren't getting paid. And she said, "I'm negative $10,000 in
Ooh,
like one of
shit.
her credit cards or accounts or something."
And
So
she could barely feed her children.
she definitely
Mhm.
presented like she ain't got nothing. That's
So
why
she did a great job at presenting as a broke ninja.
she did.
Mhm.
Like she ain't got it. That's pretty much what she said.
So why
So
you think
look,
that worked for her in this case, but didn't work for Trasha, who owes a whopping 4.1K to Cardi B? Like, I mean, what's the difference here?
well, did she get on the stand and say she didn't have it, or I thought she said it after she got hit with the judgment? That doesn't mean like she got
So
on the
you think that
stand
that
and
actually
said
could have
I'm broke.
benefited? So you think that that could have benefited Trasha then if Trasha would have
You know
put it
what,
to the
Conscious?
brokenness
I'm
of it
not
all?
doing this.
I'm just saying. So Trasha, look at that girl. All you would have had to do was plead broke, girl, and you could have only been paying out Cardi $10 in a pack of Newports, girl. That's a mess.
You know
Wow.
what? No,
Wow.
I think when she got the judgment, that's when she came with the I ain't got it. But I don't know. I didn't go to her trial, so I don't know all the
Yeah.
intricacies, and I didn't cover it either. So I'm gonna refer,
Right. Yeah.
that to the experts
Yes.
on that case.
Okay. So my final question before I let you go is: do we know that Grams was under a gag order during the trial? Is that gag order going to continue to be imposed upon her
No, if you watch
beyond
my video,
the
she
verdict?
talked. She talked on my video.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, they can talk after the case.
Okay.
They just couldn't talk while it was going on. I think Megan just kind of said she was happy she won, and I see she
Yes.
posting all of her looks. I said it. I was like,
Mhm.
she might be trying to get a suit line or something because
Oh, she did.
she made that courtroom her runway. Now that she did do.
She got a pantyhose line, so I wouldn't be surprised if she gonna have a women's tuxedo line coming up. Could Megan
Listen,
argue? Could Megan? c- Could she get a gag order put on Milagro like she has one on Tory?
a restraining order. Is what you're saying. She has a
But
restraining
more
order
so
on
a
Tory,
gag
like a
order.
civil restraining order that she filed in January. Yeah, the same. I mean, she
Mhm.
can. What would be her? That wasn't. I don't think that was anything that she was requesting, and
Yeah.
it's really iffy with restraining orders because you do have your right to freedom of speech,
Hmm.
and they don't like to do prior restraints, like
Yeah.
restrain you for what you might do in the future, like whatever in the future. So I don't know. Those are difficult. Usually, when people get those type of agreements, it's stipulated to, like,
Mm,
okay, I just won't talk about you and you don't talk about me. A lot of times it's stipulated
yeah.
too, but that wasn't as you see. I don't know if you've seen the verdict form, but that wasn't a part of it. It was about damages, but the verdict
Hmm.
form is there.
Do you think that her team dropped the ball
So,
and not having it there?
hmm, I'm not gonna talk about her team. Don't do that. But
I forgot that all of these are Pam's
I
peers.
thought.
All of these are Pam's peers, child. Hmm.
Well, no. It's not even that. That's part of a. I'm a little bit biased when it comes to the
Mm,
fact that there are a lot of great black attorneys, and then you
yeah.
choose these firms that I feel like a lot of us probably would have been more. We on the internet. We're gonna get, like I told
Mhm.
you when we were talking.
Mhm.
Like I'll be conscious. Can I get your street
Yeah.
committee to come get these receipts that I
And can.
need? People
And
send
can.
you receipts.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think that we know because we're connected. Like
Yeah.
we know from the crack house to the White House. Like we all
Mhm.
are well versed. But
Mhm.
then you get certain people just because they have a name
Yeah.
or whatnot, and they're not always the better attorneys. And so
Right.
I have my own little, issues
Mhm.
with that. So
I understand. I understand. What do you think? Does Megan's win change anything? Like, what does this mean now, in your opinion, for commentators and dynamics with public figures? What would you say is the takeaway from the victory here?
So I think for Florida, if they actually make her a media defendant, then there's going to be some type of protections, right? So they got to give you a warning. So you may get a warning that you better take this down or it's going to be a problem. So in
Mm,
this case, Milagro didn't even get a cease and desist. They just
yeah,
went and pulled the trigger.
period.
So, you know,
But here's my thing, though,
so
Pam. I thought that, and maybe this is different when you're dealing with, I guess, a non-media defendant versus a media defendant. Is I thought that cease and desist were courtesy, but maybe they're not in the case of somebody who's considered media, that they have to be and receive a formal cease and desist first.
So in the state
Mhm.
of Florida, it's a Florida thing. In the
Okay,
state of Florida, that if you're a media defendant, they're supposed to give you notice.
supposed to.
If you're considered, that's why the media portion of it was so important,
Yeah.
because they do have to give you notice before they file a lawsuit, and they didn't give her notice.
Mhm.
So the thing is, if they would have given, they gave her a letter to preserve all of her stuff. But
Yeah.
if they would have given her a cease and desist or something of some kind, or just notice, whatever that
Mhm.
looks like for the state of Florida, then they wouldn't be in this situation. The only thing that would have happened if she was a media defendant is
Yeah.
it would be presumed damages. It would be damages they have
Mhm.
to actually calculate. That would have been the difference. But now, because they didn't give notice, the consequence could be the dismissal of that specific claim.
That's ridiculous, Pam. And this is exactly why Megan should have hired you and I to represent her. She just should have hired
You and I and
Conscious
about
TV in the
five of the
pan.
street team that was in the hallway,
Yes.
because they were showing me stuff. I was like, whoa, wow. I mean, they were telling me about certain rants. They were
Mhm.
telling me about, they said, I would have looped this over and over again, her
Mhm.
calling her this.
Mhm.
She said, I'm
Mhm.
going to redo. Yeah. So a
Yeah.
lot of people were shocked. And so if you know of her, I'm not going to say I know her like
Yeah.
that, but if you know of her, I think that it was hard. Like, it was hard for you to put that out your mind, what you know about her. And
Yeah.
like, the jury is looking at someone that got on the stand and was a good witness. Like, I have to say, she really was a good witness. She didn't get upset. She wasn't easily frazzled. And she made it like online as a persona, like people with personas, but she's this different person offline. And because she had to explain all of the
Mhm.
cuss words, every other word, and all of that.
Yeah,
And nobody
because
makes
I was
videos
told that
thinking
the
it's gonna
judge
be. Go
because
ahead.
I was told that the judge didn't understand none of that ebonic stuff going on station here, baby. Like, what is this language, honey? Is this native? What is it? Yeah.
That judge couldn't even say, she was struggling with saying Tory Lane. She wasn't even understanding. It was foreign, and that was, I think, part of the problem was you have to not assume that everyone knows hip hop,
Yeah.
everybody knows social media and how it works. Everybody know it was just too much like
Mm,
assumptions. I felt like in this case, and they should have been spoon fed. And if they were spoon fed, I think it wouldn't have taken like that long to
yeah.
render whatever decision that they were going to make. But I stick to. I think that Milagro's attorney, the guy Jeremy, he did well. Like, he
Yeah.
did very well in that. I think his closing was good. It had a roadmap and all of that. But at the end of the day, must have been something where they're like, they don't like the way maybe she was sounding and talking to her and talking about her, but they didn't try to bankrupt her with $1 million verdict. But maybe it was like $1,000 punitive damages. That's not much as a punishment or deterrence. Because
Yeah.
that's what punitive damages is for, is to deter the next
Right.
person, right? So will a
Right.
$1,000 really deter me from going online?
Hell
Like,
no. I can make that back in super chats alone. No, it's not, because I listened to your video and you had read off the list. 15K for a compensatory if the defamation
yes,
sticks.
yes,
For intentional infliction of distress, 8,000. For the deep fake promotion, 50K. For the punitive for defamation, 1K. Punitive damages for the intentional infliction of distress, 1K. So I was going to ask you, like, are these standard numbers, or the jury can decide what these numbers look like? Or
yeah, they made it up themselves. Like,
oh my god,
yeah. So
wow,
obviously Megan was trying to get way more. How do we know that? She said she did $240,000 to get to get her therapy. She had the guy from Rock Nation to come in and talk about these deals. I didn't
Yeah.
think her proven damages was that strong. Like I said that, I'm like,
Mm,
well, how can we really show that it wasn't like they got rid of her. It was she wasn't in the mental headspace when it came to the branding deals that she lost,
yeah.
allegedly 240,000. The average person don't understand you paying $240,000 for some therapy. So I didn't think that the amounts were going to that they were going to entertain it, because basically you're asking for $4 million for a person that just said I can't
It
even pay
is.
my attorneys.
It is. She talked for $1 million worth of big stuff. Yeah, it
Listen,
is.
it sure did. But then they threw up everybody else and what they said about her and all the people that did
Mhm.
diss tracks and
But I
all
feel
of
like she
that.
did a
So
good job at rebutting that with who is to say that I'm not gonna sue? And that was my
that was
point
good.
too.
Yeah, I said,
Yeah.
oh,
Mhm. On period. Like what?
maybe
Who's
she
to say,
wanted to
girl?
see what she was testing the waters with
Yeah.
this one. And
Yeah.
and they still talk about. I mean, and then
Mhm.
I wonder if they'll be concerned now that she got hit with it, that
That's
they
what I'm
stopped
thinking
saying.
too.
So they probably over there scrubbing
Mhm.
some of these videos as we talk.
Well, apparently, a Grams is right now in real time talking big ish still. So clearly, you know,
Is she?
yeah, she ain't been humble. Yeah,
Oh wow. Well, that's supposed to be what the quote punitive damages is for. That's why when they said $1,000, I was like, they kind of felt like it just felt like the jury didn't want her to get off, but maybe they didn't think everything was so strong, and that's what I was
right.
getting
Yeah.
out of the when I was there. I was just
Mhm.
like,
Especially
I
since
just said
she
I would
tried.
have did it differently, but I
Yeah.
can't take from Milagro teams that they took the facts that were there
Yeah.
and they they did what they did. Like they
Mhm.
fought for her. They definitely fought for her. But for us that heard some of the rants and conversations, we're just kind of like, that's the video y'all chose
Absolutely.
to put up. Like that's
Absolutely.
kind of what was happening.
Do you
Yeah.
fear that the judge, since the judge is still deliberating, do you think that the judge is going to escalate some of these things because she feels that this is way too low for someone who spent so much money on a legal team, on her mental health services, etc.? Do you think the judge is going to quantify the
So
verdict?
that wouldn't be the judge's
Mhm.
job. So what you can do if you don't like the verdict amounts, you can,
Yeah,
if it's too
appeal.
high, you can ask for some a remitter. You appeal and you would
Mhm.
ask for her. If it's too low, you ask for an additor and you try to add more to it. But I don't even know if she really cares like that. I really do believe a lot of this was principle based, where
Absolutely.
she was like, no, you gonna stop talking about me,
Yeah,
type thing, or it's gonna be consequences for you talking about me. And then if they request attorney fees, only God knows. With this
I know
legal
the
team, that four of them is sitting at the
million.
table, and five of them
Mhm.
is in the back taking notes and picking
Millions.
up charts and
Yeah.
picking up water and lunch.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't even want to know what that bill looks like.
Right. Like go hide. Go freaking hide. Yeah. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
because
massive.
typically you can't really separate it, even though it may be for one
Yeah.
statutory claim. You can't
Mhm.
separate it on how much you spent on that.
You
So,
can't.
yeah,
Yeah. And
if
she's
they
been
allow
litigating
it,
this
I'm
case
not
against her
sure.
because she's been litigating this case against her since last year, for God's sake. She had to hire a forensic specialist.
Yes.
She had to, she had to have a therapy. She had to fly her in. I mean, the amount of time these lawyers, because these lawyers have been actively litigating against Milagro since last year, I can only imagine that that's within the millions at this point. I mean, Alex
Yeah,
Spiro
it has to
charges,
be
yeah,
millions. Yeah, if it goes to that, like I said, some
yeah,
people were saying plus attorney fees. I
hmm,
believe that is statutory under the deep fake,
yeah,
where that is
it
an
is.
option.
Hmm.
But I think ultimately that may be up to the judge whether they
Absolutely.
decide that or not. So basically, this case still going on
Yeah,
post
it's still,
verdict.
yes.
Because Milagro's
Hmm.
team, Megan's team, I'm sure they heard some of the criticism, and they
Yeah,
probably gonna be out here windmilling as much
they
as they
should.
can to get as much as they.
They need to. Yes. Get our girl all her things. All her things, girl. She paid y'all well. Y'all now can retire for the rest of y'all lives because of Megan. So run her things, legal team. Yes.
But yeah,
Okay, so
ultimately, it because they did deliberate for five
yeah.
and a half hours last week, and then today
Mhm.
they started, the morning with three
Yeah.
questions. At 9 o'clock, they were there asking questions, and so
Hmm.
that means that they had 4 hours in the morning and then an hour and a half. So they did five and a half today. So 11 hours, I think they put in the time to come up with a verdict that they felt comported with the evidence that they saw. So that
Yeah.
I'm not, it is what it is. I'm sure that she's not happy with the verdict. However,
Are you speaking for
she could have
Megan
been
or
hit with
for?
more. Well, I think Megan said she was happy. That's why I said I don't think it was about money for her. But I think
Yeah.
with Milagro, I'm sure that she would have rather won, but she could have been hit with more financially. So maybe that was, you know,
Somebody asked, "Are you covering of the next case?"
what
Which
is the
case would
next
that be?
case?
I don't know. Okay. Does Pam think that there would be an appeal? It's typical of attorneys to file everything that they can file if they're not happy with whatever the outcome is, or if they are looking for like whatever, right? They more than likely
If
will.
Milagro doesn't have the money, I don't know how she
Oh
would
yeah,
feel.
her
But
attorneys are done. They're cooked.
when it comes to like Megan, I think this media situation, if they doesn't go their way, I think they will appeal that.
Somebody asked,
Because
"What?"
part of media is you're supposed to be uninterested, and when you look at the jury verdict form, they said no, they didn't think she was uninterested. Like a neutral person. The verdict form was very interesting. It asked a bunch of
Mhm.
questions, and then the final question was, "Do you think she's a media defendant?" And they were like, "Yeah," at the ultimate question. But they asked about 5, 6 questions before that. It just didn't. I
So
don't know. It didn't make
it
sense.
did make sense, yeah. Because we're gonna read the verdict forms because Megan Kunith has them up. But what's interesting about that is that if the jury felt that way about her, then that means that they consider all of us media defendants. If Malala was
Exactly.
a
For
media
for
defendant,
yeah, absolutely. And Florida, because they have a broad definition.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that would be something that they would appeal if the judge
Mhm.
just leaves the verdict as the jury had it. I do think they would appeal that. I don't know if they care about the money so much,
Yeah, I know they don't, but the money is just
but
a
yeah,
means to an
it
end.
would behoove them to because the media, if the judge sides with the jury and says yes, they're a media defendant, then that means that defamation claim goes away. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
would behoove them to, and then of course they don't want us to be media no way because they're like
right.
half of us is not we
Mhm.
ain't unbiased, so they
Mhm.
like
Right.
no.
That part. Hmm.
Yeah, traditional news
Yeah.
outlets, but
Hmm.
their definition in Florida is just so
So
it
wide.
encompasses so much.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
all.
Yeah. Somebody asked, what about the felony charges on Milagro with the deep fake? So, because I know in the state of Florida, the deep fake is a crime that can be resolved either through jail time or through fines.
Was that a that would be if a police report was
So she
filed.
would need to actually file
If
criminal
there
charges
was
to
one,
get that out.
yeah, or that would be
And
something
she
that a
did.
prosecutor
Yeah.
would have to take up, and but it doesn't look like
Hmm.
that was something that
That's
was
going to
done. It
happen.
looks like it was all civil.
Yeah. Does Pam think that it's okay for Milagro to be going live on platforms lying about what the court said today?
At this, well, let me see. I I'm sure she talked to her. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm sure. I'm assuming she talked to her lawyer. She talked after the like I said, I got her when she talked right
Yeah.
after she came out of
Hmm.
court. So she's been talking. People were asking, well, how are you gonna pay this if you don't have the money? They were saying certain things that was kind of like what.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go big. The
But she
mob
said
can't
it'll get
for
done. She doesn't know, but
it.
it's gonna get done. So she plans
AKA
on,
her supporters.
she got all these people that had my moderators going windmill and all in the chat. So I said they
Hmm.
need to go ahead and set up something and just pay it. Shoot, the way they were going hard,
Yeah.
they do not care. I'm like, you
Hmm.
do know she admitted that Megan got shot, so
Right.
I'm not understanding why we still talking about glass in
Right.
my
Glass.
chat. Why
Exactly.
we talking about glass?
Exactly.
So if you guys are
Detail.
that strong, then go get this
Hmm.
money for her. That's all I'm
Hmm.
saying. But
Hmm. Well, I don't think that's going to be happening under this Trump administration and all this inflation, and them hoes ain't got their EBT and nothing. So she ain't able to raise that kind of coin, honey, to defend herself. Because her last GoFundMe situation, it was a disaster, Pam. It was
She
a
said that she got some
disaster.
decent money. That's how she
She
paid
did.
the
Mhm.
first person.
Well, that was part of the disaster, is that her lawyers from that organization came forward saying that they never received the payment, and then she was out going to Chris Brown concerts and buying 30-inch middle part kinky straight bust down
What?
wigs and the whole nine, and it was a mess. It was
Oh
a
yeah. Well,
mess.
that ain't what she
Yeah,
testified had happened. She
of course you did.
testified.
Hmm. Hmm.
She testified that she had raised the money and
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
supposed to
she
have
did.
local counsel, and she gave
Mhm.
some of it to Caesar from Unite the People, and after he only gave them part of the money, then she had to call them
Mhm.
to get, and she said okay, get the money, and I guess eventually he might have gave the money to them. And then it was a lot. She sounded like she pretty much got bamboozled by him
Yeah.
or whatever. And so then she had like she went through all of the
Mhm.
rigmarole, understand of what was happening with her lawyers, and then
Mhm.
eventually she's in the negative $10,000,
It
and her
is.
lawyers are doing it for free, and she wishes that she can play them, but she can't.
My God, today. And they talking about, is it a win? Yes, absolutely, for Megan, because the suffering of it all on Milagro's part is just beginning. So I think the commenters were asking you if you were going to cover the current lawsuit against her by her ex Camp Mob subscribers. Because
I have
that's an
no
active.
clue what that is. You
So
have a video on it?
yes, she got,
Okay.
in a nutshell, she got two ex supporters who sued her for sexual assault, for infliction of distress, for invasion of privacy, a lot of the similar things in the Megan Thee Stallion case, because she holds an annual event each year for her supporters. Two of those individuals were a same gender loving couple who were married at the time. One of those individuals was grossly intoxicated. They ended up in a sexual situation, which they're claiming in their lawsuit was pretty much against their
They
will
can't
because they
have
could not
consent because
consent.
they're drunk.
Yeah.
They were drunk. Yeah.
And then Milagro bust into the room, recorded the whole ordeal, and then disseminated that footage amongst the Camp Mob crew, which furthered the humiliation of it all and the trauma of it all. And so now they're suing her. And the gag about this couple, Pam, is that they also sat down for a deposition in June for Megan Thee Stallion in this lawsuit.
What?
Yeah,
So why didn't they call them?
I'm not sure. I was asking the same thing because I know that they had called King Noir to
They
the
sure
stage.
did.
Yeah.
Lord knows. He
So,
started crying from his
mhm.
toes.
But maybe because they have an active lawsuit, maybe her attorneys felt like it was a conflict of interest. Maybe, I guess, I don't know, for them to testify on.
Unless do they have lawyers, or are they doing this on
They
their
do.
own?
No, they have lawyers. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe their lawyers told them that they really didn't want them to use them unless they had to.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because that'll be anything said
Yeah.
against them, that transcript could be used in their case. So that's a possibility. So she's in full blown litigation
Full
someplace
blown.
else, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh
She
wow.
she had just sat down for a deposition like a few days before she went to trial for that lawsuit.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
like it's active, and it's going on in Texas. So, are you considering going down to Texas if the case goes to trial?
If I knew about it, yeah, I
Mhm.
have to look and see. You got all the documents
Oh
and
yeah, I'm
stuff?
gonna see you. I'm gonna see you everything, child. I'm gonna
Okay.
see you. Okay.
Yeah.
So my final question, because I think that we ended up with another statement that led to another question, was, what do you think that this means for us as new media, baby? Well, like what, what, what would you
We're new
say?
media as of now.
Yeah, at least as of the state of Florida, honey, new media is giving new
Right.
media. So, what do you think that means now for us?
I don't get
Mhm.
too. I think for the most part, well, I'm not gonna say the most part. The people that I rock with, we may add a little bit of edge and humor, but for the most part, we are accurate with what we do. We're not trying to maliciously do anything to anybody anyway. And so for us, it's not gonna make much of a difference. We contact each other. You'll call all the time. What you think about this? You
Mhm.
think I should
Right.
put that out? Like we still
Mhm.
operate almost in a way like journalists. I
Yes.
think, but if people get comfortable thinking that this is going to somehow protect them, that's just Florida. Okay, so you
West
get sued
Florida.
someplace
Keyword.
else. That
Mhm.
so yeah, everybody
Yeah.
doesn't have that whole you get no. That just because even if you have notice, that doesn't mean you ain't gonna get sued. That just mean
Of
they
course.
didn't have the
Right.
proper procedural
Mm-hmm.
loop. Like that's a procedural thing.
Yeah.
Plus with defamation per se
Yeah.
basically means it's presumed damages. So I wouldn't have to show
Mhm.
damages. But if you're media, they have to show damages. So
Yeah.
then you have to show what your damages are.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not out here about to change my initials from to journalist instead of ESQ or nothing.
That
I'm
part.
just
Still Pam, baby. The law, Esquire, intellect of it all. Period. Well, I want to thank you for being here, Pam. This was amazing.
thank you for having me. Yeah,
Now,
don't you not
now,
call me back again. Okay.
look, I'm calling. Well, no, hold on. I was gonna call you tonight, but I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you throw that cake on your man tonight. I'll call you tomorrow. I know you got birthday duties tonight, so you gotta put that cake on
Yeah,
that
we
man.
might be
So,
busy.
I'm gonna call you tomorrow, though. Thank you for being here, boo.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Bye,
Bye.
baby. That was Pam. Y'all make sure to subscribe to my girl, honey. You know, I was keeping my eye on Pam and keeping my eye on that Megan Coon and the Bob, baby. So just that point, Pam made the point that I was going to shove home. This is so weird for these dumb, raggedy, scalpless ass whores on the internet to be talking about new media. Girl, new media just got sued. New media owes a public figure $59,000 plus, okay? Because we haven't even gotten to those attorney fees and all of those statutory things that Pam was talking about. New media did not win here. Am I the only one living in reality right now? Why are we bragging about new media? Why is Slob Radio on the internet bragging about new media when new media is down bad, down real bad? Like, girl, are you okay? Girl, you took the L, Miss Mama. You were found guilty, okay? You might, as Pam said, because that's going to come down to the judge when it comes to, whether even as new media, whether you will still be found liable for those defamation counts that you were found guilty on. Girl, new media just got sued to the ground, girl. And these hoes out here talking about new media. I'm gonna change my YouTube name, girl. Consciouztv, aka New Media, girl. How about that? And like Pam said, this only applies to the state of Florida. So nobody should be using this as some type of universal tokenism that this somehow means something about them. The only thing that the new media title does, baby, is just afford you an opportunity to get a cease and desist so that you know Boogeyman is coming, girl. Okay? This does not keep you out of court. This does not keep you from being found liable in and of itself. Because once again, you have to remember, these cases are also very jury-based. That's why no one case can inform you about how the next case goes. Right? Even in this lawsuit situation, we got Trasher K, who was found guilty of 1 point blah, blah, blah million, and girl, 75K for now. Okay? Because every case is going to be individual. So if you are dumb enough to believe that this defamation count getting dropped against her due to no media while she's still found guilty ultimately and still has all of this debt that she now owes, monetary debt she owes to Megan as some sweep to get carried away, you would be a freaking fool. You would be dumb and you would be a fool. But these hoes are dumb and they are fools. Obviously, we're talking to fools, right? Obviously, we're talking about and to fools, correct? So new media, where you can find the victory at, let me know. Like when y'all find the victory in new media, send me the memo because I need to know what y'all know, girl, so I can jump up and down with my BBL and shake ass in victory, girl. Because apparently, girl, new media is a victory for us commentators when it's in fact just not. Okay, let's get to Megan Kuna's girl. And then if I gotta come back, y'all, because she went over there and popped it, bitch, on Barnyard Wiggins platform, we're going to come right back. Okay? Let's go over to Megan Kuna's girl and get some play-by-plays and see what's going on up her. Okay. So, hold on. Take you down, baby, because I might flip on and it might be a naked ass man on this page, child. You know how Twitter be giving it up, girl. Okay, hold on. Y'all thumbs up because we're working, child. All right, so let's get into some Megan Kuna's girl. The judge entered the final judgment 4 hours ago today, reflecting the jury verdict. But as she said, there are foundational post-judgment issues that will be briefed. I expect a final ruling from her on the media defendant question. It doesn't get much more USA than a jury trial. National parks, baseball stadiums, and jury trials, my faves. Oh my God. Your whiteness, Megan Kuna. Okay, so this is Milagro following her loss. Let's check out what she had to say, child. I'm not ecstatic, as you shouldn't be. But you went from not ecstatic, apparently, to joining Wiggins in the Barnyard, girl. Talking big-ish, because we know that you're really crying yourself to sleep right now, baby. We know it, sugar. Okay, we know you well enough, girl. We've heard your tears throughout the year, girl, when DJ Academics wasn't there for you, and when Tory Lanez wasn't there for you, and when, you know, you didn't have any money to pay the new attorneys because they're working for free, as they stated, girl. Okay, we know that you've been all on the IG stories talking about you hope that you're okay when, you know, all this is over with, girl. So I don't really know why you're popping it. Okay?
The jury and what they decided, and I think I made it.
Any lessons learned next time you get on?
Any lessons learned the next time you get your ass on the internet?
Yeah, so tune into the next show so y'all can see how I handle things moving forward, y'all.
Okay, she says, yes, there have been lessons. Tune in to the next show to see, girl. But she just made her debut, child, on Barnyard Wiggins' platform, who, once again, was also rooting against her initially until he felt that the new media title would benefit him, because as I told you guys before, Barnyard Wiggins wants that new media claim to mean something that it does not, even if Milagro gets it, because he too wants to be ratchet as hell like Milagro and like Trasher K, his ex-mentor. He too wants to operate without ethics. But the gag about the new media title is that he's actually going to have to do things by the fucking code, bitch. This doesn't get us commentators off the hook. It actually puts us more on the leash, you big fucking dummy. If they cite us as media defendants and new media, girl, and there's going to be really no difference between us and journalists, because in fact, we're going to be one and the same. It means just like journalists, we're going to have to stick to the facts. We're going to have to do our research. We will not be able to yield to our First Amendment rights, etc. Girl, the new media title is going to put the clank even more on us. It doesn't take us off the hook. It actually would have been better had they not cited us as new media. You actually would have more freedom and more First Amendment indulgence without the media clause. Journalists have to operate by a certain code of ethics. Something that none of them hoes clearly won't, which is why they're all in the predicament that they're in right now, because they want to be able to get carried away. So not only are you going to actually have to fucking work and be a professional, at least as it relates to a bitch suing you who's going to have that case ruled over in Texas, baby, where we might be considered new media. But the only thing that's going to afford you is a cease and desist. It's not going to keep a lawsuit off your ass. It's not going to keep you out of the courts. It's not going to keep you even from being found guilty, because just like right now, in Milagro's case, we have a judge that's going to decide that, because it's not a matter of a fact. So no matter which way you cut it, ultimately, we're still stuck in the same predicament. But it's wild that these hoes are wanting the new media title when the new media title is what's going to put them hoes to work. See, she won't be able to get out there no more. and claim what her belief is and claim, girl, that it's been conspiracies. Okay, girl, the new media title is going to shut down the Jaguar Rights and the Trasher K's and the Milagros and the horse face Wiggins. Because these hoes don't want to work. They don't want to be integral. They don't want to have any journalistic integrity. They don't want none of that. Horseface Wiggins is dying, girl, to publish that audio that he got on Cardi B. He's thinking that the new media title somehow is going to give him some type of qualified ass immunity. But this also is the same person who is being threatened with a lawsuit by Milagro Gramz ex-subscribers who have this lawsuit filed against them because he's online talking about they participated in a threesome and this was all consensual, and have no idea that in Texas, according to the law, no, baby, that's considered rape because someone who's inebriated and intoxicated cannot consent to a sexual exchange. Therefore, it's rendered as sexual assault. But like I told you guys before, we are talking about big dummies. Hold on, who came for CTV? Ashira didn't come. Ashira is my boo. I'm into art, and CTV is a work of art. Oh, on period. Ashira is good. I'm about to say, girl, Ashira is my boo, Ray. She good, honey, because y'all know Ray baby get real trigger happy, girl. Okay, don't tempt her with a good time down there, y'all. Y'all be very accurate in the way y'all talk, girl. Cause Ray baby, she trained, girl, with the AK-47 boo. And she will round your ass right on up real well, child. Okay? All right. So that's what Scams had to say, child. Let's get back to some more Megan Kunis updates. Is this Megan coming out the courthouse? Oh, this is Milagro in her Sheen exclusive, child. Milagro smiled and waved as she left the courthouse after a jury found her liable for all three claims. New media girl. I'm referring to this bitch as new media girl just to drive it home, girl. That new media took the L today, not the win. New media smiled and waved as new media left the courthouse after a jury found new media liable for all three claims by Megan Thee Stallion. The jury awarded Megan $75,000 in damages. Let's play this. Girl, the last time that Scams had this many white people trailing behind her was when the IRS was after her ass.
The financial aspect of this, because you testified you don't have any money. $59,000 is better than $70 million, right? Well, tell me about that. She wanted tens of millions. What did she get? What did they say? $59,000.
What about attorney fees for the deep fake liability?
That's Pam ass in the background. So I'm like, can you be still, Milagro? Girl, I see why Milagro let this man lose this case on her. Oh, girl, this man is fine. This attorney is fine, child. Oh, girl, he could have lost my shit, too. Wow. Wow, this is a stellar human being. Oh, baby, this man could have tanked my case, baby. I wouldn't even have known I had lost, bitch. Bitch, no wonder Milagro came pooching on up out of the courthouse, girl, all smiles, baby. I would have never known I had lost. Standing next to this man, baby, and you know he smells something good like an Egyptian pyramid, girl. Wow. Jesus Christ. Wow. Yeah, I mean, for a minute, bitch, I forgot she lost.
She got the best verdict possible. We respect
good Lord.
Verdict. We always have to, right? And whether we agree with
oh, girl, just look at how the sun just glistens off the melanin, baby. Just look. Oh, girl, just look at the way the sun contours. Girl, this is heaven in a body. Heaven in a body, my God.
Whether we agree with it or not, we respect it. And at the end of the day, it was not a complete win from any side. It's a trial because it happens in trial. And
well, she was sitting next to this all week, girl. You know, girl, this man's so fine. I'm happy for her. that she got to sit next to this girl all week longer. I'm happy for Scam.
But at the end of the day, the verdict was what it's going to be.
But they wanted tens of millions of dollars.
Right. They didn't get that. Gratefully, the jury didn't see fit to award that sort of money. I don't think that was appropriate in any circumstances. And so that's what the jury found.
And is she able to pay
Baby, I would eat that man off the bone, girl.
$5,000?
Girl.
I'm not in this bank account, so I can't say that she can pay that or not right now. It's something that's
I'm a femme fatale, baby. I would have ate that man off the bone.
figure out over time, right?
The job my Tennessee?
Yes.
Dream team. They were phenomenal.
Girl, see, the girl said her team was phenomenal, even though she owes this woman $75,000, girl. She done walked up out of the courthouse in her Temu exclusive, baby. This man so fine, girl, she didn't even know she lost. She think they did a phenomenal job, girl. She think she was the plaintiff in the case. She think she won, girl. Okay, because that's how delusional attraction will have you, baby.
Are you happy then with the outcome?
She don't even know she lost.
It's static. Of course, you want things to go your way, but like I said, I respect the jury and what they decided. And I think I made up.
Any lessons learned next time you get on there?
Yeah. So tune into the next show.
Wow. Jesus Christ. My God. That requires a moment of silence, baby. That man requires a moment of silence when he enters the room, girl. See, this is the kind of man, girl, when he enters the room, you stand, girl. You stand and you salute, bitch. Okay? When a nigga looking like he looking, girl, this is when you get your motherfucking ass up off the couch, bitch. You stop what you doing at the stove. You take that titty out of that baby's mouth, baby, and you stand your motherfucking ass up and you honor the girl. Kind of finance to put you on your feet, bitch. Stand and salute. My God. Now girl, hold on. I need to get some commentary on what he said, but I'm gonna have to scroll up, girl, because looking at this man gonna give me sugar diabetes. So let me scroll on up, girl. So this man right here gonna give me type 2, type 1 diabetes, bitch. I'm gonna be on this motherfucker being an amputee looking at this damn man. Okay. So he spoke about, girl, the payments and all the things and how, you know, he feels like Megan's team, girl, was going for the gusto. They were going for multi-millions of dollars. Now, I don't ever recall reading Meg going for a particular amount. She kind of left it in the paperwork for a jury to decide on the things. But what I want to say to this, because there's a lot of people who are upset, girl. They are upset. They're like, girl, 59,000 CTV, 59,000 CTV, 59,000 CTV. That's the damn salary of a McDonald's supervisor, 59,000. And that lady done spent all that money. That lady done spent all this coins. That lady done spent all the Rock Nation, all of Beyonce's money, girl, suing this lady. And she only gonna get $59,000 out of it. You gotta remember, baby, why the money don't matter. Because it was never about the money, my love. Stop falling for the okie dokie. I kept telling y'all from the beginning of this thing, like Pam said, this was on principle. Megan had the money to spend. Meg has residual income, girl. She had been planning to sue all these hoes up. She knows that DJ Academics ain't rich. She knows that Aiden Ross, well, I don't know what Aiden Ross' income is like. She damn sure knew that Milagro ass was poor and broke. She knew that from the damn jump, okay? She knew that from the jump. You learn about each other's economics early on in litigation. She knew from the beginning this was a broke hoe. This was never about no damn money. This was about justice for Meg. Meg, do you think that Meg sued Milagro and sat down and said, girl, I know this woman got millions of dollars to give to me on verdict day. Do you honestly believe that Meg sat down and Milagro doesn't even have a monetized YouTube channel and said to herself, I am going to get millions of dollars out of suing Milagro? Do you honestly believe that? The woman lives in a townhouse, for God's sakes. Do you think as she was spending her money into this process that she knew and believed she was going up against her peer and her equal, that she was going up against someone who could equal that it was big bank versus big bank. You don't know, you don't understand and know that Meg went into this girl with big bank versus little bank. Matter of fact, suing Milagro in part was about putting her through the grueling process of running her ass bankrupt, which is what she did. She knew Milagro couldn't hold her own. That was a part of what was so satisfying for Megan in suing Milagro. She didn't even have $30 as a lawyer's retainer fee. She had to crowdfund that shit. It was given from the beginning that Milagro was broke. It was given from the beginning that Milagro ain't got it. You think that Megan thought she was suing a rich bitch and the rich bitch needed a GoFundMe, bitch? Come on, you guys. Make it make sense. I'm just asking for a little bit of critical thinking here. The girl had a GoFundMe up the entire time. What about that was supposed to be interpreted as rich on Megan's part? This was about Megan grabbing Tory by the kahunas once again by suing his paid surrogate. This was about jumping up and down on Tory Lanez's corpse, girl, like a trampoline by coming for him and his whole little crew. Girl, this was about whipping ass and taking names, honey. This was about the victory and the narrative being corrected in history. Meg suing these hoes, getting these wins, is a historical documentation of her integrity and her side of events. Because her first op, the core op, is in prison right now for what she said he did to her. And a jury found him guilty of what she said he did to her. Now I'm going to come for this little bitch you've been playing with and puppeteering. I'm going to get her too. Oh, yeah, and your little fat ass homeboy with the bald patches in the beard, girl. Yeah, who don't want to fight Saucy Santana but got all the smoke for Megan on the internet. Oh, yeah, I'm going to come for his donut-loving ass too. Girl, I told you hoes, it would get scary for you hoes. Every time I pop up, Megan said it's going to get scary for these hoes. Red bottoms on her feet, Bloody Mary on her toes. She literally said this, girl, that she's a boogeyman. This ain't got nothing to do with coin. She's a rich bitch. She could sue these hoes 2, 3, 4 times over without losing sleep. This ain't about no damn money. Do she sound like and look like she having... You know the woman wasn't expecting no coin back because while she's spending all this money on suing Milagro successfully, she out here buying a whole fucking home with her biracial boyfriend. Girl, it's giving coin on top of coin on top of coin, girl. The coinage spilleth over. Okay? Broke well. Can't do it well. Can't do it well. If Milagro appeals and wins, which she won't, even if she owed Megan $0, she still ended up with $10,000 in the hole, struggling to feed her up children. And traumatized just like Megan wanted her to be. This was not about money. This was about principle, and this was about Meg controlling the narrative in history, because it's going to go down in history that she was a victim of Tory Lanez, that she told the truth. And she got the courts to agree with her about Milagro, the courts to agree with her about Tory. This was a passion mission for Meg. This ain't got a goddamn thing to do with no damn reimbursement. Meg can wipe her ass with $59,000. She can wipe her ass with $75K. She can wipe her ass with $4.1 million. This is about no damn money. This was about revenge, bitch. You better, girl, do you think that Michael Myers out here laying down whores for coin? No, girl, this is a passion mission. You think that Freddie around here laying down whores on Elm Street, girl, for coin? No, girl, this is a passion project. You think that Jason Ford, he's out there in Camp Crystal Lake, girl, laying down these whores for coin? No, ma'am. This is a passion mission. Girl, this is the Teflon Don. This is the Freddie versus Jason in the courtroom, girl. This is Mrs. Voorhees. Girl, this is personal for the queen, girl. Don't give a damn about no damn money. It was about dragging these hoes through the motherfucking mud, exposing them for who and what they are, and getting an actual court of law, not the raggedy court of public opinion, getting the actual court of law to side with her truth and her narrative. And so far, baby, so meticulously and perfectly good. When you see Megan, baby, you should know it's going to get scary for you hoes. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. Now, let's get back to Miss Megan. Hey, Jean. Hey, my baby Jean. Hey, love. Let's scroll on up, child. Okay, let's see what the Bob had to say here.
Hello from Miami, where we have a verdict in the Megan Thee Stallion defamation lawsuit. Milagro Cooper has been found liable for all three claims. Damages are $75,000, not as much as Megan's attorneys were hoping for, but just the fact that Milagro was found liable for those three claims is a big win for them. The jury did conclude that Milagro is a media defendant, which, according to how things go, because Megan's lawyers didn't serve her with a notice before suing her, the claim is going to be thrown out. It needs to be finalized by the judge. The judge did enter a final judgment today, but it's a little confusing about whether that actually covers the media defendant issue. However, the fact that the jury said that, yes, Milagro is a media defendant should really carry some weight with the judge here. They didn't answer yes to all the questions about whether she properly performs the tasks of a media defendant. I'll get into that in my story. But overall, they did conclude that she is a media defendant. However, they also concluded she defamed Megan, intentionally inflicted emotional distress on her, and then promoted a sexually explicit fake video of her. So that's the real issue here. And the fake video claim brings attorney's fees. So the $75,000 in damages is one figure, but we could end up with another figure here later on that requires Milagro to pay Megan's Quinn Emanuel fees, which, just looking at their catering, that's going to be through the roof. But
through the roof. This is going to be the kicker, y'all. If they grant Megan the attorney fees, this is what's going to escalate, girl. And I'm talking about a night and day escalation. Night and day escalation between Meg and Milagro. Because them attorney fees, I know Meg done spent at the very least $1 million on her lawyers. Like Pam said, girl, she had 4 or 5 of them folk. Some people have been working around the clock, girl, to scorch through Station Head, to set up all these depositions with Antonio and Jordan, with King Noor, with the expert witnesses in this case. Come on. It's going to be through the roof. Through the roof, girl. You know how many Station Head shows they had to sit through? How much Discord they had to sort through? You know how many hours that went into, girl? All night and day. And they've been litigating against her since last year, girl. Not over the last month, girl. Not over the last 4 weeks, girl. Not over the last several days. But since October of last year, they've been litigating. Up till verdict day. Well, me and Scam's always been colleagues. Like, we're all commentators. I know you're trying to be slick, L Block. Okay? But you're not really being slick. Okay? We're all commentators. But the big difference between me and them is, bitch, I ain't been threatened with a suit and I ain't been sued. And won't be, because I know how to do what these hoes cannot. See, they got to learn a thing or two from the CTV, girl. A bitch will have to sue me frivolously, but a bitch can't sue me legitimately. See, I know how to speak when I speak about these bitches, okay? I know how to use their own testimony against them, girl, their own words. That's why when we be running down on these girls, we be using their own tea against them, girl, and then they be mad at us for repeating it, girl. All I'm doing is giving your commentary a like, a click, and a view, and a share. I'm just sharing your tea. You're the one sharing the tea. I'm just sharing it in return. I'm just clicking the share button. You shared it, and I'm sharing it too. And anything that's conjecture, anything that is subjective, anything that is opinion-based, anything that is without fact, that's literally what I say, girl. This is according to. This is according to, girl. This is allegedly. This is according to so and so and so and so and so, girl. This is word on the curb, girl. Oh, yes, girl. I'm very intentional, bitch. Because, see, girl, I know how these girls try to give it up, girl. It'll never be me. If I'm sued, bitch, I would have to be sued frivolously. You won't be able to sue me legitimately. Ask the last bitch how that worked out for them, girl. Yeah. Now, that attorney fee situation is going to escalate crazy. Ain't no telling what the hell that could be. I'm going to say at least $1 million. I mean, even Trasha K spent $1 million on her attorneys in her fight against Cardi. So imagine how much more Megan spent on her team, and she has multiple attorneys. She has high-profile attorneys, and they've been working around the clock, girl, since last year. This will now be, what, a year and 2 months. A year and 2 months. Plus any sanctions, as Amber says. It's the whole thing. Not donate to Milagro Legal Fund. She gonna need it, baby. She gonna need it. And we're gonna see what the mob gonna do.
It could be a lot, but there are issues that remain to be seen here. But Megan left the courthouse, said, I'm just happy. And Milagro left the courthouse, said that she's not ecstatic.
And she shouldn't be. So that's a key word here, you guys. Now you got to ask yourselves, okay, well, we the people are saying, oh my God, $59,000, but why would Meg be saying she's happy? She's saying she's happy because this was never about no motherfucking money. Yes, this is victorious. This damn sure don't benefit Milagro. Who wants to owe somebody $75,000? The judge hasn't even ruled on it yet, so it's still $75K as it stands. And that hasn't even added the attorney fees. So we're literally not done with post-conviction updates. They're not even finished yet. That summary judgment is going to be where the true tea is. So on top of that, Meg is going to get money from her that she don't have. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about this right now. Because, see, I've been thinking, hey, the network specialist, hey, boo. I've been thinking, y'all said, oh, girl, Megan got Milagro by the kahunas, girl. Because, see, a part of being agenda-based and vindictive, which is what Megan ass is being, girl, is that she knows, because Megan is going into this as Megan Voorhees, as Megan Kruger, that this is a personal vendetta. She know the girl was broke. Now that she's got this verdict, she now knows she can start tearing her up and extracting from her money she don't have. So once the whole calculation has been done by the courts and we get the official number on what Milagro is going to owe her, Megan can then start and begin the garnishing process on Station Head, the garnishing on Instagram, on Discord, wherever she's monetized at, or wherever she's receiving a check. Megan gonna be checking if you got a check for her. The garnishing process, girl. This is why Nicki Minaj $20 million mansion is up for grabs, because she didn't want to litigate a lawsuit against her, and now the victim in that case, the plaintiff in that case, who only was awarded $500,000, is now being awarded millions of dollars. She can start the garnishings. Are you serious, Oshie, or are you lying? Are you just gagging? She's fired from Station Head. When did that happen? When did that happen? Okay, so the garnishing process. Now, guess what? If the girl don't have the type of coin coming in, girl, to secure the debt, guess what Megan can start doing then? Girl, they can start reaching for those assets. So if she has anything of value, whether it's like in Tasha K had to list all her Gucci purses, girl. She had to sell off all that shit. She had to name her valuables. If she had diamonds and pearls that were of value, girl. If she had shoes and sandals of value. If she had hair products of value, girl. If she had any children that could be auctioned off, girl. Megan's going to do exactly to Milagro what Cardi did to what Cardi did to Trasha. This is about the torment of it all. This is about making these bitches run around, trying to hide assets, keeping them busy, keeping them off on their feet. What Megan ultimately doing is trolling Milagro legally. Milagro did this for free to Meg, and it costed her. Now, as a result and a penalty, she has a bully and a troll that's going to be able to troll her ass legally. Okay, so LaShonda says, how much was the defamation? Oh, was the Dalmatian outfit? Well, since Milagro sat her pussy in that outfit, it probably decreased the monetary value. The property value of all of that rodent that she wore went down the moment that she sat that lopsided 18-wheel alone, turned to the side ass pussy inside of all of that damn possum fur. So it's probably of no value, unfortunately. It's none. Yeah. Stretch fat. Yes. 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 The moment that the puss girl went into that outfit, girl, value went to zero, girl, to ground zero, girl, plummeted, girl, just like the stock market, girl. The outfit's value plummeted, baby. Just like the economy, girl, it plummeted, baby. Just like the job market, girl. Yeah. So I won't be able to do nothing, girl, with possum fur. No, ma'am.
She respects the jury verdict. So I'm working on getting this all together for you guys. I've got a story I'm going to put up on legal affairs and trial.
And then guess what? Guess what can happen? So not only can she begin the garnishing process after the courts give us the official calculations, if she doesn't have enough income to satisfy the debt, Megan can then start garnishing and seeking the assets. If she doesn't have any assets, guess what Megan can now do? Especially if she doesn't live in a state that gives her spouse qualified immunity, Megan can start garnishing any income her husband has. See, the thing I can say about Trasha is that Trasha tried to smarten up towards the end. That's why she had to uproot from Georgia to Florida so that Shaq could have qualified immunity, so that Cardi B couldn't start tapping in to Shaq shit under Florida law. Now, I don't know what the Texas laws are, but Milagro is married. So, baby, the trickle-down effect can be nuts. And you know that Megan's going to keep up her bullshit. She started something that she plans on motherfucking finishing, girl. Megan is just getting started with Milagro. This is only the beginning of the foolishness. Just like it was the beginning when Cardi sued, girl. And then there was the aftermath of the shenanigans of it all. Who you think Megan learned all this from to begin with? Her good Judy. Cardi, who already done this successfully at the highest level. This also was genius for Meg to start with suing Milagro, because this helps them to understand jurors, judges, the dynamics of these people being in media, etc., so that they can better prepare their lawsuits against other people who might be considered media defendants as well, such as Aiden Ross, such as Joe Budden, such as DJ Academics. And I believe that DJ Academics is going to be up next before anybody else. Yeah, she might not like her now, but Cardi and Meg were together in the beginning. When they had their friendship, girl, all this witch hunt was against Megan. Megan been planning this thing out, as we heard on the stand, for a while now. Oh, and to LB's point, girl, she's still being sued, girl, by 2 individuals. So she's walking out of one goddamn problem and one L, and she's about to honestly walk into another. She's about to walk into another. She has another lawsuit, girl, that she's litigating against her. A mess. So Milagro's legal issues are continuing. Her need for attorneys and representation are continuing. And who knows what the hell is going to occur in the current lawsuit that she's still facing. Yes, she's being sued by 2 ex-Camp Mob members. I covered the lawsuit and read the paperwork to you all, so make sure you guys get into that video. But she's being sued by 2 ex-subscribers for defamation, for harassment, invasion of privacy, for sexual assault, etc. It's a mess. And Antonio and Jordan, the plaintiffs, they're not playing with her motherfucking ass. They also sat down for a deposition in Megan Thee Stallion's case. And I'm thinking that maybe they did not get to take the stand for Meg because they have an active lawsuit against Milagro as well. And she had just sat down for a deposition in that lawsuit a few days before she started trial in Megan's lawsuit. So she's literally was being sued and litigating simultaneously in 2 separate suits by 2 forces who are individual but also joint together. My God, today is what it is. I render my God today. Oh, yes.
.com. And if you guys go to my socials, you can see videos of people leaving, some details from court, that kind of thing. I'm shepherding it all together into a story for you guys. So subscribe to my Substack and you will get it in your inbox with everything you need. Thank you.
Okay, let's scroll up from the Bob, girl. See what the Bob gave, child.
We have a verdict in the Megan Thee Stallion defamation law.
I think that's a repost. Oh, who Megan looking good as hell, girl. Girl, that girl love her a light-skinned man. Of course, you know she, baby, happy and on the way home to Clay. With her kinky straight ponytail, period. I got in some yaki right now myself, Meg. Ass fat. Yes, God.
Has been found.
Girl, you can't tell her ass nothing in that kinky straight ponytail, baby. Just pooching on to the car. Just know that she watched and rinsed that hole in court, girl. And her legal team didn't even have to try that hard, girl. They were out here being criticized, girl, for being half-ass and not pushing enough, girl, because they knew they had it, girl. She in the car on her way to DJ Academic's house to serve his ass. That's right, baby. I was asking, girl, where she going to? She's getting in the car, girl, to head right on over to DJ Academic's house to serve his ass up something serious. DJ Academics better lock the door, girl. 1, 2, Megan's coming for you. It's coming for you, girl. 3, 4, you better lock that door. 5, 6, girl, grab a crucifix. 7, 8, better stay awake. 9, 10, never sleep again.
Milagro Cooper has been found liable for all 3 claims. Damages are $75,000, not as much as Megan's attorneys were hoping. Miami, where we have a verdict in the Megan Thee Stallion defamation lawsuit. Milagro Cooper has been found liable for all 3 claims. Damages are $75,000, not as much as Megan's attorneys were hoping for, but just the fact that Milagro was found liable for those 3 claims is a big win for them. The jury did conclude that Milagro is a media defendant, which, according to how things go, because Megan's lawyers didn't serve her with a notice before suing her, the claim is going to be thrown out. It needs to be finalized by the judge. The judge did enter a final judgment today, but it's a little confusing about whether that actually covers the media defendant issue. However, the fact that the jury said that, yes, Milagro is a media defendant should really carry some weight with the judge here. They didn't answer yes to all the questions about whether she properly performs the tasks of a media defendant. I'll get into that in my story. But overall, they did conclude that she is a media defendant. However, they also concluded she defamed Megan, intentionally inflicted emotional distress on her, and then promoted a sexually explicit fake video of her. So that's the real issue here. And the fake video claim brings attorney's fees. So the $75,000 in damages is one figure, but we could end up with another figure here later on that requires Milagro to pay Megan's Quinn Emanuel fees, which, just looking at their catering, that's going to be through the roof. But it could be a lot. But there are issues that remain to be seen here. But Megan left the courthouse, said, "I'm just happy." And
She happy, girl, because she's in her Kruger bag, baby. I told y'all, girl, this is a passion project. This ain't got to do with coin, girl. So y'all can already just get money out your mind. Don't worry about the money, girl. She ain't in this for the money. She in it for dragging these hoes through the mud, giving these hoes something to have to exhaust their funding, girl. She's going to make them losers by law. She's going to make them losers legally, girl. This is all personal vindicating, honey. Okay, it's like being like when you're psychotic and you are just like plucking a bird's feathers from out of their wings while they're still alive, girl. And there's this deep, dark, weird satisfaction that's appealing to the psychopath inside, girl. That's the bag that Megan is in, girl. These are all of her rodents and her roadkill and her little hamsters, girl, that she just got at her little desk in her room that she's just doing an autopsy on, girl, while they're still lucid. No anesthesia, bitch. Okay? This ain't for nothing but pure satisfaction and making these hoes losers legally, girl. Y'all want to go in history? Y'all want to be famous, bitch? I'm going to make y'all famous fucking losers, girl. Meg is with all the shits. Yes, honey, looking like Black Barbie dressed in Bugatti. Period. About to get in somebody's Ferrari. Okay, let's see what else you got going up here, girl. The judge entered the final judgment today, reflecting the jury verdict. But as she said, there are foundational post-judgment issues that will be briefed. I expect a final ruling from her on the media defended questions. It doesn't get much more USA. This was a yes, she's liable for all three claims. A jury found Milagro liable. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, let's refresh this one more time. And then I might drop the link and let some of you guys come up and pop off because I know you guys just have a lot to say, child. My God. Hold on. Black Barbie dressed in Bugatti 2 hours ago. Okay, so here's the jury 5-page verdict form in Megan Thee Stallion's defamation lawsuit against online streamer Cooper. Cooper is liable for all three claims. Damages of 75k plus, which could escalate, girl, into the hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions. Could have to pay mixed attorney fees, which is why that thing gonna escalate. The verdict form reads, in answering the following questions and filling out this verdict form, you are to follow my final instructions, and any instructions provided in this verdict form, you are to answer to each of the following must be unanimous. We, the jury, unanimously answer the questions submitted to us as follow. Count 1, defamation per se. You found by a preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper is in fact liable to Ms. Pete for defamation per se by accusing Ms. Pete of perjury, a felony, by lying under oath in a criminal trial when she was asserted that Ms. Pete was a non-credible witness, that, quote, I could go down the list of all the different shit that was not true. And 3, acts was Megan Thee Stallion caught trying to deceive the courts again. Abso-darn-lutely. Question 2, do you find by a preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper's defamatory statements caused Ms. Pete actual damages? Yes. During the time period when the statements were made, do you find that by preponderance of the evidence that Ms. Cooper provided disinterested and neutral commentary rather than advocacy for a particular client held to the nizal? 4, during the time period when the statements were made, do you find by preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper regularly disseminated news or information to the public rather than making an isolated one-time publication? Yes. Question 5, during the time period when the statements were made, do you find by a preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper impartially disseminated information rather than acting primarily to promote her own business, products, or services? No. And I want the dummies out there, the content creators, girl, to remember this is what a jury is saying about new media. New media can still be tried. New media can be found guilty. New media can owe gross monetary reward to the plaintiff. New media can be found guilty and liable for intentional infliction of distress. This whole verdict form is showing you what new media can be subjected to. So this new media title, girl, don't mean shit if we still can be sued and found guilty and a jury can reward the public figure. That is not a win, girl. For us, even if we get the new media title. My God, today. This is a mess. During the time when the statements were made, do you find by preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper operated for the purpose of informing the public about matters of public safety? Yes. During the time period when the statements were made, do you find by preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper functioned in a similar fashion to traditional news media, such as newspapers, magazines, and television, radio, on their online equivalent? They said yes. So this is once again why they decided she was media or considered media. Now the judge has to conclude on that. Considering your answers to question 3 through 7 together, do you find by preponderance of evidence that Ms. Cooper should be treated as a media defendant? Okay, here it is. Yes. Absolutely. Count 2. I don't think that the jury just knew what the hell was going on, to be honest. I really don't. Because they considered her as new media and then still found her as guilty of all the goddamn accordingly. But hey, like Pam said, there is a broad definition of media in the state of Florida. Not in the United States of America, but in the state of Florida. Okay? This is not some broad stroke. And once again, it don't even benefit us, child. Them hoes gonna have to actually work now that they're found. Now that we're found as new media, which I already do. So, you know, I'm already where I need to be in ethics, etc. Do you find by a preponderance of the evidence that Ms. Cooper intentionally or recklessly engaged in extreme and outrageous conduct? Wow. Absolutely, yes. They tore her ass up. They gave it to her, y'all. My God, today. You think that Tory pays the 75K for Milagro? No. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, L Block, because remember, now, not only is Megan making coin off of her ops, girl, like she said, she helped them hoes get paid because they are her hoes. Then she robbed them blind girl of all the money they made out there on the host show in her likeness. So not only is she making $75,000 plus off Milagro, remember, Tory Lanez was also found in contempt for acting the fool in his defamation session in Megan's case. And he also owes her $25,000. Between Milagro by itself and Tory, girl, she already got $100,000 easy, girl. She turned both of her ops into a bag that she don't even need. Girl, she probably going to use the $100,000, girl, to get Klay Thompson's haircut, bitch. Chump change. Small things to a giant. Small things to a giant, girl. And this is why the wins are so epic, because the girl is literally winning, girl. How she got both of her ops indebted to her, girl. This is incredible. Here's the jury 5-page verdict form in the Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit. Megan is liable. Milagro is liable for all 3 counts. Damages are 75K, but Milagro could have to pay Megan's attorney fees for the digitally altered depiction claim. Verdict form. My God, today. So, let me see here. Do I have anything else in my notes? Media defendant has to be determined. Okay, great. So, I'm almost scared to go over there and look at Milagro grandstanding, girl, in her L in order to try to save face with another bona fide idiot. Because, girl, I don't want to be gaslit either, girl, because some of y'all came in here hot and fucking heavy after watching the delusion that went on the Barnyard Wiggins show, girl. But I'm thinking about going and taking a peek because we may have to come back. We may gotta come back and get into some things. Okay? But I'm almost scared, girl, that they're gonna run my blood pressure up with the delusion, because I cannot take listening to idiots anymore. It gives me a physical headache, girl. But, girl, it tore y'all out of the frame so bad, child, that I almost want to go see, girl, what got y'all spooky nervous. Hold on, somebody just sent me something on Instagram. What is this? Not y'all still get on the internet line after losing. Oh, Lord, have mercy. See, oh, girl, see, this is all shit. Girl, see, y'all sending me the delusions, girl. Oh, God. I'm about to prepare my brain for this, because I can't do it, bitch. I'm about to prepare my brain, girl. Shout out to my baby father, Cameron. If CTV, we need an update on what scams told Barney. Oh my God. Y'all gonna do this to me. But y'all paying. Y'all pay me for my pain, girl. Y'all pay me for my pain, girl. If y'all want my intellect and my brain to endure that, y'all gonna have to pay me for the pain, girl. Here is the cash, y'all. Girl, I am screaming right now. This is a mess. This is a mess. Because I'm going to have to come back and do a whole reaction. Because I have no idea what type of fuckery was said, girl, on that show. But I can only, because I know that these are two of the most extreme delusional people on the internet, girl. I can only just imagine the level of delusion. I can just imagine it, girl. These people don't even know that the new media title actually is going to be a bad thing for commentators, because these hosts have to actually become professionals as a result. And they don't want to do that. They can't even do the job that they're doing without being fucking sued to the ground, girl. That's the last thing they want to do. If they were interested in being integral, there wouldn't be content creators out here getting sued. So the fact that we're being considered new media means we have to work, girl, because the standard just went up. She can, unless her, because I don't know the nature of the gag order, so I'm going to check into that. She had a gag order during the trial. I don't know if the gag order has expired now that the verdict is up, but I'm going to check into that. I did ask Pam that. Pam didn't seem to quite know either if the gag order has expired. So we're going to look into that. Thank you so much, L Block. It's not even 1 minute. Run a clip. What? Hold on. She was only over there for a minute. I haven't even broken it all the way up yet. Break it all the way up, girl, because I just want to do it all at once. I don't want y'all to give me the headache in pieces. I don't want to get the headache in doses. Just break it all up and just send me all the pieces so I can just have a full headache and get my full headache out of the way. I do not want y'all sending me the headache in pieces, shy. Y'all paying me for my pain right now. Tanisha says, happy birthday, but thank you so much, baby mother. Y'all know my birthday started the Saturday before the trial, actually. That's why I couldn't go down there to the trial, child. I didn't even know my birthday was going to land on the Saturday before Monday, girl. A mess. Oh, it was 37 minutes, but oh, God. Where you sent it to, Amber? You sent it to where? You sent it to my email? Let me pull up this clip, y'all. Hold on. Hold on to your love. Y'all run the likes up. Let me see here. Let me go to my email, child. Because I know it was something delusional going on over there, baby. Oh, I can imagine they cut up so bad in the goddamn delusion, girl. I know it was something terrible. Let me download this. Hold on. I'm almost scared to hear it. This is just one excerpt, girl. Oh, God. Oh, it's a minute long. Jesus Christ. That's way too long already. Hold on, let me put it in my fair use. This is too much. And see, this coming off Wiggins' platform, so I'm gonna have to hold on. Where my music at? Y'all got me organizing and being a goddamn DJ just so I can. Okay, hold on. All right, this is a clip, girl, from Barnyard Wiggins and Scam sit down that happened, a few moments ago.
It says that Megan won her defamation suit. That is incorrect. That is not correct.
Oh, God, I can't do it. Girl, I can't do it, girl. This is 5 seconds in, bitch. 5 seconds in, girl. 5 seconds in. We're only 5 seconds in to the mental asylum. The bitch got sued for disseminating misinformation and got out here and disseminated misinformation. This is new media, girl. Girl done been found guilty on all 3 counts. A judge has not officially ruled and struck down the defamation guilty verdict, and she's out here claiming that that's not the tea. But see, she was sitting next to that finance attorney the whole time. I would have been this deaf tone too, girl, because I would have known what the hell was going on, girl. Because every time my attorney would have looked down, girl, I would have been sitting in a pool of WAP. So I can't even blame her, girl, for being this level of delusion, given how fine her attorney is, child. I hope that Milagro is going to have some 75-year-old white man with pinched skin and 2 goddamn teeth so that her ass is not suffering from the delusion of lust, girl, and know what the hell is going on out here, child.
Says that Megan won her defamation suit. That is incorrect.
Wow.
That is not correct, because
Wow.
the media defendant status means I should have been served properly. They wanted to.
The judge hasn't even ruled on it. She is right now found guilty of defamation per se. The jury found her guilty. The judge has to touch and agree with that. That has not been even ruled out, and she's already calling everybody delusional and saying that it's not true.
They wanted to mark me as a social media grifter. I'm not.
You are.
The jury, which it was left to them, it was decided by her side that they would choose if I was that, and they said yes, she is.
She doesn't have a side, you dummy. A jury who is to rule on both y'all sides decided that. Now the judge has to conclude that.
With that being said, the defamation portion was lost.
Oh, officially. So that's officially lost.
No.
Per the jury, as of right now.
Okay.
No, as of right. Oh, y'all, I'm not gonna be y'all. I'm gonna need some more crowdfunding, girl, to review, girl. If this is what y'all want me to put up with, if this is what y'all want me to come back and review, girl, I'm gonna need all the coin, baby. Y'all gonna have to tear it up, baby, because this is not even healthy psychologically. Y'all know that when you listen to dumb people, it makes you dumb too, right? Like eventually, you start to become mentally unwell. You know that you start to become delusional as well. You know, like it's contagious. It's a contagious thing.
Jury, as of right now,
Okay.
the judge, they're going to do what they want to do and file something and contest it, so the judge could come back and assert something. But how likely would it be that she would go against her previous ruling where she said
the jury said that they agree you're immediately defendant? Did you not also see the other verdict form? They found you guilty of defamation, you big. And see, and this is why these hoes are going to continue to get sued, because Wiggins is sitting here letting her spread this disinformation and misinformation on his platform. And because he's so stupid and he ain't done no research, he's not even correcting her. He's not correcting the narratives. He's not leading from a place of factuality, girl. He's letting her spin these delusions, child. I don't understand. And these people just came out of being sued. Just came out of being sued. The verdict form is literally on the internet. We just read it and saw it. We saw what they checked off, girl. A jury agreed you are new media and also agreed, bitch, that you committed defamation and owe that lady $1,000 damn dollars. And so even having the defamation part drop, right? It's just like, when you still owe her ass $59,000. Is this how desperate you have to be, girl, to take a win, girl? You just have to look for anything, girl, to just not take the L, bitch. You gotta make a win happen, girl. You gotta cut a win out of the cardboard, baby. Wow. And Wiggins is just up here, girl, sitting in 1993 Tommy Hilfiger, bitch. in an HD hairline talking about just looking stupid, just looking very barnyardish, girl. She talking trigonometry to his ass, baby. He don't even know his left or his damn right. Girl, just sitting up here looking stupid. Just looking damn stupid in the barnyard.
The defamation portion was lost.
Wow.
Oh, officially. So that's officially lost.
Wow.
Per the jury, as of right now.
Okay.
The judge, they're going to do what they want to do and file something and contest it. So the judge could come back and assert something. But how likely would it be that she would go against her previous ruling where she said, let the jury decide, and they decided and say no? So
yes,
at
I was
this
there.
point, okay, right. So at this point, it is 59,000 because that is minus the 15 for defamation. Defamation.
Now, I like how this bitch all of a sudden know how to do math, but she couldn't do the math to get her ass out of the situation. Do I need to go light a high-end Mexican candle, girl, to burn down on this bitch to ensure that this judge rules in favor of them punitive damages for defamation, regardless of the jury finding her to be new media? Because, baby, if so, this audio gonna age. It ain't gonna age well, bitch. It ain't gonna age well. According to the math, baby, you're going to be on her 59,000. And if this judge also rules while she's deliberating that you owe this lady attorney fees, bitch, it's gonna be 59,000 plus $4 trillion damn dollars, bitch. 59,000 gonna be the least of your damn issues by the time the attorney fees get calculated, girl. Like, why even jump out of your Sheen exclusive pantyhose and get to speaking this soon when we haven't even gotten to any of the post-conviction verdicts yet, girl? Like, there's still deliberations happening. They're still calculating the toll. Why would you jump up out of your fucking Temu exclusive, girl, and get to yabba dabba doing like it's over, bitch, when in fact this could just be the end of Elm Street, girl? Why would you just talk this soon? Why would you let Wiggins and his snout bait you, bitch, into getting on his platform for a click and a damn view, being and looking a damn fool, and couldn't be more out of touch, deaf tone, and wrong about her own case, girl? And this is the type of foolishness that got you into this mix, girl. Let me go call Meg. Let me go call Meg, girl, and tell this girl to resue this bitch. Let me go talk to Meg, y'all. While I'm talking to Meg, we gonna pull up this interview, and since y'all paid me for my pain, shout out to my baby mother Linda for the there's a piece of y'all. Oh Lord, Linda, you want the dick, bitch? Oh my God, Linda. Listen here, Linda. Girl, Linda just gave me an amount of coin, bitch, that's gonna result in, girl, that's what you send to niggas when you paying for dick, Linda. Girl, I gotta run you that. You let me know when you available, girl. I'm gonna have to run you the swing. Wow. Thank you, baby mother. My God. Jesus Christ, baby. Y'all love the cane, girl. That's what I can say about y'all, baby. Y'all love the mother cane down to the ground. Jesus, my baby mother Tiffany. My old Daisy piece for Aquarius, girl. Jesus. Okay, y'all. Let me go call Meg. Y'all continue to pay me for my pain, girl. I'm going to go, me and Meg are going to go and endure this while I talk her into resuing this hoe. So keep your notification on and all that, girl. We're going to be back. Give me about, what? They say she was on there for 59 minutes, girl. Give me about an hour. We'll be back at 9:30, child. All right? Notify, share, subscribe, all that. Hit the links, the thumbs up, girl. Send the coin. Do all the things. I love you guys down. Peace.